Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm going to do some more yoga today, and I got my little wireless headset on today so I can improve that audio quality for you. And I downloaded a new camera app too so that it works perfectly. And now, before we get started, I just wanted to say, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I hope you got some wine and chocolates or roses and whatnot ready for your significant other for her special day tomorrow. But if you didn't know, you could always get a little something instead of a jewelry or something big for your girlfriend, and just kind of share some love with some people if they're comfortable with it. And so I thought I might share with you a couple things that you could just give someone on Valentine's Day as kind of like something for everyone, or just, that person that you wanted to just make them smile. So first of all is just a little fruit snack. And these are at Target. They're little Good and Gather strawberry fruit strips with 100% fruit. And they're really small, but it's like a nice tasty snack, especially kind of like before a yoga session, because then your stomach isn't growling and telling you, hey, I haven't eaten anything for a while. So maybe just a little fruit strip. And then there's these little Gatorade Zeros, and they come in white, blue, and pink for the berry flavor. And so Gatorade Zero is good because it doesn't have sugar and it's not going to create little cavities in their teeth. And then these came out, and I found them to be nice, and they're also a zero sugar drink, sparkling ice starburst. And so they have kind of like two pink flavors, watermelon and strawberry. So maybe you just give your mom a strawberry one and your sister a watermelon one, and tell them Happy Valentine's Day and I love you, even though, it's just a family thing or something. And then, the girl in your study group or something, and then or your yoga class, right? So then before we get started, like I said, it's better for me not to have a stomach that's complaining during the yoga class, but also I don't eat heavy like a Panda Express before any workout. So today's breakfast, light breakfast, I'll share with you. It's really easy. It's just a Chobani Greek yogurt, and this one's lemon. And I poured in some Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds, and you mixed it up, and it was sweet because these honey roasteds and the lemon, it worked out. And so I had a tasty little yogurt with almonds breakfast before the yoga class, and I think that would be a good option for you if you want to, save some money instead of going and buying a $7 breakfast sandwich from Carl's Jr. or something, and or even Chick-fil-A. Once you get your little hash browns, your little breakfast sandwich, and your drink, it's like, wow, this costs $13 for a combo meal. So just get your little yogurt pack and some Blue Diamond almonds, and have breakfast for a couple days for that same price. So now we're going to turn on the TV and get this yoga class started. I did yoga yesterday, and so I don't need to do more power yoga, especially if I'm going to the gym doing weights or anything like that. So today is just a restorative yoga class with more gentle positions and no half moon balancing postures on one foot and twisted side angle, whatever. It's all that complicated stuff. So it's going to be easy. And even though it's easy, we're going to do that quick little back stretch that I showed you yesterday. And all we're going to do, remember, is you just get down here like this. Tuck your feet underneath. So your feet started flat like this, but now they tuck underneath your little bench like this. And now this is the little back bend that's getting me all warmed up. Rewind to the beginning so you can hear Travis. And Travis is going to lead the demonstration, and you can listen to him for all your yoga posture moves. And I'll be sure to send the link for this yoga class in the description so you can follow along at home if you want to. So without further ado, have a great yoga class, and I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.
Welcome to Simple Yoga. This class is all about just relaxing and enjoying a little bit of downtime since you've been working very, very hard. So let's begin in reclining, coming onto your back. You'll extend your left leg straight out in front of you, and then you'll bring the sole of your right foot up to your inner left thigh for reclining tree pose, so the right knee bends and flares open to the right, and then you'll cactus the arms with the palms to the sky. Now, if you want, you could always take a block and put that underneath your outer right hip, right knee. If that feels intense in the right hip, know that that's always an option. And if it feels right, go ahead and close the eyes and begin to really indulge within a practice within this Yoga 45 program where it's really all about slowing down, no hurry, no worries. And these more calm, relaxing days are so important for our recovery. Now, in a few moments, we're going to do what we call the 3-part yoga breath, where we breathe into the belly 1, breathe into the ribs 2, and then we breathe all the way up to the chest 3. And then when we exhale, we reverse that. So breathe with me. Take an inhale, breathing down into the belly, out into the ribs, and all the way up to your heart. Pause at the top, and then exhale out. Air leaves the chest, the ribs, and the belly floats in. A few more like that. Inhale into the belly, into the ribs, all the way up to the collarbones. And then exhale, reverse that, out of the chest, out of the ribs, and out of the belly. And again, inhale belly, ribs, chest and lungs. Exhale, let it out. Chest, ribs, and belly. One more time. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale out the chest, ribs, and belly. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and then sigh out the mouth. Exhale, let it go. Good. Now from here, reach the right hand down to the outer right knee, right thigh. Bring the right knee all the way back up to neutral and grab your right shin with both of your hands. And then begin to circle your right thigh around in that right hip. Should feel really, really nice. That circular motion for the largest joint in the body. After you've gone one direction a few times, feel free to reverse it the other direction. And then extend your right arm out to the right, left hand outer right knee. Take that right knee all the way over into a twist. As you give yourself that gentle stretch all the way down into the lower back. If it feels okay on the neck, you can turn and look out over that right arm, right shoulder. If you feel any tension in the neck, you could even turn the gaze the opposite way, the same direction that right knee is going over. Wherever it feels best for your neck. As always, within these slower practices, which for a lot of people can be challenging more on a mental level, to give yourself permission that you deserve this, you've earned this, and to have the wisdom and the perspective that the body actually becomes stronger when you're resting. We're always pounding, we're always grinding, we're always driving, and the body actually just becomes weaker and weaker. So it only makes sense over the course of these 45 days to have those practices where you can experience deep, needed rest, as if it was a type of nourishment, a type of medicine. From here, right knee all the way back up to neutral. Give that right thigh a gentle squeeze in, and then extend the right leg forward. Reclining tree, sole of the left foot to that inner right thigh. Left knee opens out to the left. Cactus the arms open. Get the body set as we now prepare for another breathing pattern. For this pattern, we'll breathe in for 4 counts. We'll hold the breath in for 7 counts. And then we'll breathe out for 8 counts. Let's begin. Big, deep inhale through the nose. And out the mouth, exhale, let it go. And then we begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale through the nose. And out the mouth, sigh. Good. Left hand reaches down to the outer left knee. Guide the left knee back up to center. Grab that left shin, both of the hands, and begin to circle that left thigh around. Almost like you're stirring up a bowl of soup. Just so happens that your soup bowl is your hip, and your femur bone would be the synovial fluid, would be the soup. The more of that soup you have, the more healthy your joints are. If you haven't, reverse that the other way. Beautiful. Draw that left thigh in. Extend that left arm out to the left. And then allow that left knee to drape all the way over to the right. Feeling that stretch all the way down around the kidneys. Chinese medicine, the kidneys is where the Jing is stored. The Jing is considered to be our life essence. The faster paced our life, the more that we're in the hustle and the bustle and the rat race of life, the more that we use up or burn up that Jing, our essence. The more that we find the balance of activity and rest, the more that we preserve it. And that sets us up to age with grace. Good. Left knee all the way back up to center, all the way back up to neutral. Hug your knees, your thighs, into your belly, into your torso. And then from here, go ahead and gently rock and roll your way all the way up to seated, and then all the way up to a supported kneeling position. So you'll sit on top of your block here, elevating those hips. As you come up to seated, bring the hands together, interlace all the fingers, draw the forearms and the elbows towards each other. And then just begin to circle your hands around. in a clockwise direction. This is medicine for the wrist. So a little upper body fitness here to complement all those yogi push-ups, chaturangas, and vinyasas Lauren and I have been throwing at you guys. The integrity of the web has to do with the resiliency of every single strand. So we want every link of our bodily chain to be supple and healthy. Go ahead and reverse out the opposite direction. Beautiful. And then go ahead and release that. And then from here, bring your hands together. Your fingertips face down. And then take those fingertips and draw those straight up to the sky like so. And then on an inhale, draw the hands up, but keep the backs of the hands pressing together, elbows lift. And then on the exhale, separate the hands, but keep the fingertips together, circle the elbows down and around. So inhale, hands lift up, fingertips down. And then exhale, separate, elbows come down and back in. A couple more like that. Inhale again, just another sweet little wrist stretch. And then exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, draw it up. Separate. Good. And then exhale, back to the hands together. Now from here, on the inhale, you're going to take the right arm over to the right, the left arm over to the left, the right palm up, the left palm up. We call these Egyptian shoulder stretches. Bring the hands back together towards prayer. And then other side. So left arm reaches out to the left, right arm over to the right. A couple more rounds of those. Back to prayer, inhale. And on the exhale, extend it out. So you're doing external and internal rotation in the shoulders. Inhale back together. And then exhale, expand to the left. Inhale back to middle. And exhale, reach it out to the right. Good. Inhale to middle. And exhale, bring it out. Beautiful. Both hands back together. Release the knees. Release the hands on top of the knees, the thighs, as we now set up for a little bit of neck salutations. Turn your gaze, your head over to the right on the inhale. And then back to middle on the exhale. Turn the gaze to the left on the inhale, and back to middle on the exhale. Look up towards the sky on the inhale. Bring the chin all the way down towards your chest on your exhale. Take your right ear over towards your right shoulder, inhale. Bring the chin back down towards the chest, the sternum, exhale. And then left ear towards left shoulder, inhale. Chin back down to the chest on the exhale. Bring the head back up to neutral. One more round, inhale. Turn the gaze over to the right on the exhale. Back to center on the inhale. And over to the left on the exhale. Back to center, and then you'll look up on the inhale. Chin to chest on the exhale. Right ear to right shoulder, inhale. Chin to chest, exhale. Left ear, left shoulder, inhale. Chin to chest, exhale. Head back up to neutral on the inhale. Tabletop pose on the exhale, all fours position. Remove the block, set it off to the side. Take a moment there in tabletop. And then on the inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, pull the heart forward and out. And then child's pose on the exhale. Glide your hips all the way back. A few more of those. Inhale back to cow pose. Reflow. Child's pose. Exhale, hips draw back to you. Good. Inhale, come forward. Navel drops down to the floor as the collarbone spread. And then exhale, glide the hips back. Child's. Inhale forward, gentle, easy and sweet. And exhale back, child's pose. One more round. Inhale forward, cow. And exhale, child's pose. This time, hold there. And as the hips draw back towards the heels, take your arms over towards the right side of your yoga mat for a little side stretch, child's pose if you want. You can even lift your left hand up, place it gently on top of that right hand. That outer left hip draws back. You feel that stretch into those left ribs. You breathe into where you feel that stretch. Good. Go ahead and climb your hands all the way over to the left side of your mat. Same thing on the other side. Maybe lifting the right hand up, placing it on top of that left hand. Very slightly feel the right thigh draw back. So you feel the stretch down into that right waist. And now breathe into the right ribs. Beautiful, you guys. Bring your torso back down the middle, back to center. Open the hands out a little bit wider than the shoulders. Maybe turn the indexes slightly outward. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog, lift the hips to the sky. And as you lift the hips up, spread your feet out the width of your yoga mat, widen the stance. And then bring the feet forward a couple of inches so it's a wide but also a shorter down dog, which hopefully will make it feel nice and gentle. And imagining your hand is like a square, and all four corners of that square evenly rooting down into the ground. So you have balance in your hands and your wrists as your hips draw up to this. Very similar to what you see a cat or a dog doing after they've been resting, sleeping, taking a nap. There's a reason why you see that in nature. It's such a beautiful, thorough, effective stretch. The key is, can you make it more gentle than the power yoga practice is? From here, crawl the hands towards the back of your yoga mat, all the way back by the feet. And then bring the feet in about the width of the hips. So narrow the stance a little bit. And then draw the hands up to the shins, but bring your fingertips to your outer calves for a flat back. And then on the inhale, extend the heart forward and out. And then on the exhale, forward fold. Just let it all go. A few more of those. Inhale, flat back, lengthen long. And then forward fold, exhale. Inhale each time, you get a little bit more length to the spine. And exhale each time, you get a little bit more of a hamstring stretch. Inhale, two more of these. Exhale, yielding to gravity. Inhale with gentleness, sensitivity, and sensuality. Exhale, fold in, hold there, grab opposite elbows with your hands. Imagine your whole entire torso is like an elephant trunk, and that trunk just begins to sway a little bit side to side. In yoga mythology, the elephant is Ganesha, and Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. But Ganesha is also said to place those obstacles within our path because Ganesha knows that the obstacle is the way. Without the resistance, there would be no opportunity to become stronger. or to deepen practice, or to deepen experience. From here, release the hands, release the arms down towards the ground. Bring the hands all the way up to the hips, to the waist. Press down into the feet, and then on the inhale, go ahead and rise and sweep both arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to prayer position as you trace that center line. The right and the left palm joining together, symbolic of the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the power and the gentleness. In other words, symbolic of wholeness. From here, like a walking meditation, slowly begin to walk all the way forward to the top, to the front of your yoga mat, bringing mindfulness into each and every single step. Spread those feet out about the width of the hips or the shoulders. Relax the hands, relax those arms down. And then on the inhale, circle those arms all the way up to the sky. And then as you fold down, back to the thumbs, center the forehead, fingers to the mouth, and then hands offer down to the ground. Devotional half sun salutations, flat back, inhale, spine out. Forward fold, exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise, sweep both arms all the way back up. And then exhale, both hands to prayer position as if you were bringing it home. And again, inhale, arms come up. And as you fold back to the thumbs, center the forehead, fingers to the mouth, hands down to the ground. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise and sweep both arms all the way up. And exhale, both hands back to prayer. One more round of these. Inhale, reach those arms up like devotion in motion. Exhale, fold down, forehead, mouth, and the earth. Flat back, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Inhale, drive into the soles of the feet. Reach those arms back up. Then exhale, hands back to prayer. Spread the feet out a little bit wider, so a little bit wider than the shoulders so you feel nice and stable. Release your hands, release your arms down by your sides. Begin to shift your weight over to that left foot. And with the arms and the shoulders relaxed, a little bend in the knees, start to slide down the left side of your body. As you get down to the ground, begin to shift your weight over to that right foot, right leg. Slowly begin to come up the right side now, taking your time. As you come up, allow your head to gently draw back. Allow your heart to lift up to the space above you. And then continue in that same direction to what we call circular ragdoll. The key is to not manipulate your arms, your body parts, to really go into any set position. You're just moving in that direction, allowing that body to be incredibly relaxed, letting it move around in any way that it needs to move.
You're doing great, and you just keep following along with this yoga class. It's okay to look at the cat and see him being lazy and squished into the stairs and whatnot. It's not like you need to take your yoga class so seriously that you're like, oh my God, you're ruining it. You paused the video, so it's okay to get a little tiny distracted as long as you just bring your focus back to the yoga class after you checked your cell phone message or look at the cat and take a picture really quick or something. So, or take a quick drink of water. So here I have my water, and I put some ice in there. With an Alka-Seltzer, so that kind of can neutralize your stomach too. I'm all about making sure your stomach doesn't hurt, and so that Alka-Seltzer tablet in the water is always good. And then here I have my hydration beverage with half Gatorade, half water, and a scoop of that Ghost Blue Raspberry Intra supplement. And I like that one for when I'm in the middle of a workout. So even though this isn't a huff and puff workout, we're doing physical stuff. So you can have your Intra supplement powder right now too. Just a sip isn't going to hurt you. Okay. So we're off to a good start. And then you just go back and join in again. It's a cool thing about doing yoga at home. You're doing great. Good job.
As you get down to the ground, begin to shift your weight over to that right foot, right leg. Slowly begin to come up the right side now. Taking your time. As you come up, allow your head to gently draw back. Allow your heart to lift up to the space above you. And then continue in that same direction to what we call circular ragdoll. The key is to not manipulate your arms, your body parts, to really go into any set position. You're just moving in that direction, allowing that body to be incredibly relaxed, letting it move around in any way that it needs to move. It's almost as if you had no agenda, nowhere to get to, no goal to achieve. You might even notice how freeing and liberating that is. As you're ready, reverse that the opposite way. If it feels right, you might even close the eyes, especially if you feel balanced. In yoga, when we turn that attention inward, we call that pratyahara. For most of our life, our senses are picking up on all this data and processing all this information around us and outside of us. But if we can shut the senses down and turn those inward instead of outward, then we begin to pick up on data and information that exists inside of us. Data like wisdom, intuition, insight. There's that concept of satori where we get that flash of insight out of nowhere, where we have these like moments of awakening that seem to come from nowhere. And they always come from shifting the brain from an analytical thinking brain into a brain where the waves slow down and we're able to access that deeper subconscious mind. Next time your torso is hanging down low by the feet to legs, you'll just hold there. And from here, reach the hands around behind the back, interlace the fingers, draw the arms toward straight, coming into that little shoulder stretch. Put a little bend into your left knee, feel your right chest open to the right, get into that band of tissue that connects the inner chest and shoulder. Good. Same thing other side. Feel that left chest open as that right knee starts to bend a little bit. back to center. Give it one last inhale there. And exhale, hands down to the ground. Flat back on the inhale. Step back to plank pose, upper push-up position. Take one inhale there. Exhale, lower down slowly. Cobra pose on the inhale, chest up. And then down dog on the exhale. Good. Now from here, lift your right leg up on an inhale. And then right foot forward, top of the mat on the exhale. Relax your left knee all the way down onto the floor. And if you want, you can put the padding to go underneath that back left knee. Coming into that low lunge, both hands on top of your right knee, right thigh. From here, take both arms for a moment and reach those straight up to the sky. Keep the left arm reaching up, but bring your right arm down. Prepare to pulse. Right arm up, left arm down on the inhale. And left arm up, right arm down on the exhale. Inhale to switch. Exhale to switch. One more cycle. Inhale, switch. And exhale, switch. Holding there, take a big inhale, reach up to that left arm. And then begin to lean over to the right. Your right hand either comes down onto a yoga block. Maybe your fingertips come all the way down to your yoga mat. And that should feel blissful across the whole left side of the body, even down into that lower left quadrant of your back. Good. Come all the way back up on the inhale. Both arms lift up to the sky. Maybe lean back a little at the top. And then on the exhale, both hands come down to the ground. From here, start to bend your left foot in towards your left hip. And then you're going to rotate your left knee, left foot. So the left foot comes over to the right. And then modified warrior two, you're going to come all the way up, left arm back. And right arm straight out in front of you. So a gentle version of that warrior two pose. From here, flip your right palm up to the sky. And you can bring your left hand to your left hip, your left hand down to your left calf, or your left hand down to the floor behind that back left leg as that right arm reaches all the way up and back to the modified version of reverse warrior. So yoga teaches us to bend so that we don't break, so that we don't snap, that we're flexible and malleable in both body and mind. One more inhale there. And exhale, come all the way back up. Right form on top of right side, left arm to the sky. Or if you want, you can bring your right hand down to a block or the floor, a little modified, super modified side angle. Now reach the left arm forward and then arm circle. So left arm comes down and back as you inhale. And then back up and forward on the exhale. And then try that on your own. A few more cycles here. Like you did earlier with the hip, now doing that for your shoulder. And as you're ready, reverse that the opposite way. Back up to reverse modified warrior on the inhale, left hand down, right arm back. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the ground. And then rotate that left foot back behind you. Tuck the left toes underneath that left foot. Bring the right leg back to plank, upper push-up. Take an inhale there. And down dog, exhale, hips high in the air. And hold there, big inhale through the nose. Mouth to mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. Now left leg up, inhale. Left foot top of the mat, exhale. Release that right knee down onto the ground. Pad up if you like. Climb aboard. Both hands. On top of that left knee, left eye. Reach those arms all the way up to the sky. Keep the right arm up. Bring that left arm down. And we pulse. Inhale, switch the arms. Left arm up, right arm down. And exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Hold there. Take an inhale. Reach up a little bit higher through your right fingertips. Start leaning to the left. Maybe you grab your block, set it over to the left here. Maybe the left fingertips naturally come down towards the floor. If it feels okay on the neck, you can look up towards that inner right elbow, right bicep. Feel free to move the body around in those little micro adjustments to find the perfect position and angle, like a musician searching for the perfect pitch. Not too sharp, not too flat, but just right. Inhale, come back up, arms to the sky, and exhale, hands down to the ground. Start to draw your right heel up towards your right hip. Rotate that right foot around to the left. Maybe skip the left foot a little to the right. A modified warrior two pose. Come on up. Take a moment and notice how good it feels to not be planning for the future, to not be ruminating on the past, but to just be open and available for the fullness and the richness of the moment that's unfolding right here, right now. You know your yoga practice is working for you when you realize there is no difference between what happens on your mat and what happens in your life. Left palm flips up, right hand to right hip, calf, or floor behind the leg. Come all the way up and down. Take one last inhale there. And exhale, rise all the way back up. Left forearm on top of left thigh. Right arm to the sky. Open up that right chest. And then extend that right arm. Forward it out. And then arm, shoulder circles. Find that flow here. As you're ready, you can reverse that the other direction. And reverse warrior, modified style on the inhale. Cartwheel the hands down to the floor on the exhale. And rotate that right foot back around behind you. Tuck the right toes underneath. Lift the right knee up. Right position on your inhale. And down dog on the exhale. And take a goodbye inhale. Down dog. Relax your knees to the floor. Draw your knees forward towards the top of your yoga mat. Cross the feet behind you. Release onto the sit bones. And then from here, you'll bring the soles of the feet together, setting up for butterfly pose. So the feet are close into the body. Grab the feet. And then on the inhale, lift your chest up nice and tall. And and exhale, begin to fold over and down. As you fold down, you always do it with that quality of compassion, kindness.
If it's hard for you to get into butterfly, you can put a block underneath you, so that way, if your knees are way up high, it'll help.
So she went to go live and stay with her son, his wife, and their young daughter. And every night they would all sit at the dinner table eating their food. And as she continued to get older, she began to lose her motor skills. And so it became a common occurrence that her food and her beverages would spill onto the ground. And after a few weeks of that, her son and his wife got frustrated, and so they moved her over into the corner to eat by herself. And a little while later, they walked into the living room, and they noticed that their daughter, the young girl, was building this very elaborate structure out of building blocks. And when they asked the young girl what she was building, she replied, "I'm building a table that when I get big, you and Mom can go sit in the corner by yourself too." And in that moment, the parents realized how unskillfully that they had handled the situation with the elderly woman. So they moved her back to her rightful place at the dining room table. And even when she spilled her food and beverage on the ground, they realized that compassion and kindness is always way, way, way more important than those little myopic frustration and irritation. One thing that we gain within our yoga practice is the strengthening of those benevolent qualities. Another way that you know that your yoga practice is working for you is when you start to deal and handle situations in a whole different way. And therefore, your relationships begin to improve. The arguments might still be there, the frustrations might still be there, but they no longer last for days or weeks. So that refractory period begins to shorten, that your window of tolerance begins to widen. Ease your way all the way back up. Bring your hands to your outer knees, close the knees back together, extend your legs out in front of you. Recline all the way down onto your back. As you get onto the back, happy baby, draw the knees into the belly, slide the hands down the legs, catch the outer edges of the feet. Enjoy a few breaths there. Good. Now, keeping the right hand as is, hook your left big toe with your first two fingers on your left hand. And then extend your left leg over to the left. So your right leg looks like happy baby, but your left leg looks like you're doing a reclining straddle stretch. You're stretching the right hip at the same time. You're stretching your inner left thigh, your inner groin. Good. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So now left leg becomes the happy baby. And you hook the right big toe, first two fingers, right hand. And then as you're ready, you extend your right leg open to the right. And use just a little bit of arm energy to draw that left thigh down towards those outer left ribs. Boy. Bring both knees back together to the belly. Hug the knees into the belly, inner knees connect and touch. Cactus the arms open and allow the knees to twist over to the right, little double knee, spinal twist release. One afternoon, Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh was giving a lecture about karma, the law of cause and effect. And after his talk, somebody in the audience raised their hand and they asked him the question. Said, why did Vietnam have to happen? And most importantly, why did it have to happen to the Vietnamese people? Thich Nhat Hanh became quiet for several moments. And finally he responded, Vietnam didn't happen to us. It happened to the entire world. In yoga, we realize that important understanding of shared humanity. What happens to one group of people happens to the whole entire world. In fact, the whole essence of yoga is the essence of oneness. That on a superficial level, we're all different, but on a deep level, we're all connected. We're all part of this intricate, unified web. Which is why all the ancient traditions and paths teach the importance to do unto others as you would do unto yourself. Both knees from all the way back up to neutral inhale. Same thing other side. Exhale. So those qualities of compassion, kindness, patience, goodness are like seeds. When you plant seeds of benevolence, you grow a garden and a life of benevolence. Our yoga practice is the time that we water the seeds, that we give it the nourishment that it needs. Which is why it's so important to have a daily practice. Because if we're not taking care of the garden and the seeds, then we're starting to grow the weeds. And every day we show up on our mat, 45 days, taking care of this garden. Both knees back up to neutral. Grab the shins, draw the knees, the thighs back in. Curl the forehead up to knees, give the whole body one last final squeeze. And then exhale, Shavasana. Release and relax all the way down onto the ground. Get comfortable. Get settled. Find the position where it feels so good to be where you're at, you don't even want to move your body. You feel perfectly placed. And allow yourself to find that deep undercurrent of calm, tranquility, of peace. Shavasana. Reach forward, grab your shins, hug your knees and thighs back to your belly. Gently rock and roll your way all the way up to a final cross-legged seated position. As you get up seated, bring the hands to prayer position in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Giving gratitude to this practice for reminding you the power of slowing down, moving in a gentle, easy way, giving your body and your being the gift of rest. Be consistent, be inspired, be the change. Namaste.
Namaste, and thank you for watching my video and joining me for this yoga class. And I'm sure we'll have some more adventures coming up. So do me a favor and subscribe, because I need a couple more followers to go live and whatnot. And that'll be something I do when I'm out and about. And so this cat is Turkey. I got him when the Mexican migrant who stole my cat, Miguel, he stole Tacky, so I went and got Turkey out of the pound at the animal shelter. And I liked him because he had his little leopard spots. So he's my little leopard cat. And his name's Turkey because I got him at Thanksgiving. So that's about it. And the only other thing I was going to mention is, after you've done your exercise for a day or two and you start, like we did a power yoga yesterday, and now I'm feeling soreness in a couple of my muscles, that if you pay attention to where that pain is in the body, it'll help you heal faster. So that way you can get this foam roller or this vibrating foam roller, and it'll help with the therapy after a yoga class or in the morning and whatnot. So I'll just show you real quick. I feel some pain in my calf, so we're going to have to do a little calf roll like this. And I don't use 2-liter sodas, but I heard those work too. And you can just roll on the back of a Coca-Cola 2-liter if you don't have one of these yet. But this is the high-density one, and they also have a slightly less painful one, and it's the low-density foam squishy. It's a little more squishy to it. So all you do is kind of bring your hands up so that your butt's off the floor, and then roll forward and backward on the foam roller. Oh yeah, and that's doing something. I can feel it. So that's doing some therapy. It'll help the soreness go away faster. So that way it's not like you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym when I'm sore, super sore. This helps get that soreness out. It gets you stronger, faster. So you don't have to be charging straight for the light like me. I just know where it is, and I'm going straight for it, since by making excuses and the other things that make it take longer, like not quitting smoking and stuff. So like once you found your North Star and you're heading for it, you're going to clear out all these things that no longer serve you, as they say in yoga. And since smoking, maybe it did something for you before, but now it's no longer serving me and my purposes of self-excellence and putting the bar higher and achieving new personal records. So this one, by the way, was the vibrational one, so it's the same thing, except it's vibrating at the same time. That one's kind of good. You don't even have to roll on it. You can even just let it do its magic just by having your foot on it with the vibration on. So, alrighty. And then other than that, once you're done with all this stuff, if you really have a little sore muscle, I recommend getting this little stuff called Tiger Balm Ultra Strength. You can get it on Amazon or go to Costco Pharmacy. They have a little jar for you right there when you're at Costco. Put a little bit there and find where it hurts. For me, it's that Achilles tendon and some of those muscles down below the calf, I guess, even. And then you just smear some of that Tiger Balm on where that painful tendon ligament is. It's working. And then it also smells nice and minty. Okay, so that's all my little tricks for your healthy breakfast and your pink Gatorades and zero sugars and vibrating massage rollers. And I'll keep teaching you all the little tricks and tips I got that have been helping me along the way. And I look forward to teaching you again and making new content for you guys. So take it easy and peace out and be real. I love you guys. Have a good day. Peace.